Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another episode of Grow Through Grief. Today is May 25th, 2017, and it's been a while since I've uploaded or turned on the camera, and I'm going to be really real and really honest right now. The last 3 weeks of my life have probably been the hardest for anything that I've ever had to do. Reality is really setting in around the Wood household. The loneliness is at an all-time high. I'm finding it more difficult to just get out of bed. Simple things like doing your laundry, making food. The fatigue of grief is exhausting. I call them grief naps. I take probably a daily nap now. I'm back to it. It's like before I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, I would take a daily nap because I wasn't sleeping well at night. Now I think I sleep okay at night, but I'm still exhausted by 2 o'clock and like to take like a 3 to 5 o'clock nap, somewhere in there, an hour-ish. I go down. But yeah, it's been super difficult, and I just wanted to touch on a few things because in this process, if you've just lost somebody, especially a spouse, counseling is very important. Therapy is very important, but I want to touch on a part of it that pisses me off. First of all, it was very easy in the beginning to get into therapy. And therapy, or at least the therapist I was seeing, was not a good match. Your first one, it's like dating in a way. You're not going to get, you might, but I did not get lucky. And I spent $500 on an insurance I'm no longer on for 3 appointments. And I effectively got nothing out of them. So I ended up switching insurance to my work insurance, and it took over a month to get an appointment with just a therapist, okay? So primary doctor puts me on an anti-anxiety. I've been on an antidepressant that is more so for anxiety, and I've just been trucking along. Well, obviously shit isn't working the way it should. But I can't get in to get an appointment to get meds adjusted or to start talking about these things. So I've just been kind of going through the motions for at least like the last month until I had this appointment. And today was my first therapy appointment, and it was a really good fit. Initially, I could just tell it was going to be a good fit. But then towards the end of the visit, I'm told I need to see a psychiatrist as well. And that's fine, but guess what? I can't see a psychiatrist for 2+ weeks because there's no openings. Like, how much of a shortage is there in a country where no one talks about mental illness? Like, it is pretty apparent that a lot of people suffer from depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia, other mental illnesses. Just read the news. And you can't get an appointment. So I can see why people act out. I can see why people go try to get admitted because they're crying out for help. They don't know where to go. But the therapy was very good. I felt good about it. It is what it is. I'm gonna continue on as I'm prescribed on what I'm on right now until the appointment in a couple weeks here. But I've got another anniversary or another big monumental date coming up, and it's Jana's birthday on June 1st, and luckily her friends are so amazing. They put together something, that Jana really liked to do, so we're going to play some trivia in the local, around the cities, and then we're kind of as a gift from Jana and everybody, we're going to make a donation to Children's Miracle Network for Extra Life, for the gaming fundraiser that she had so much fun, and I had so much fun doing last year. And I'm going to do again this year, so you'll be tuning into that if you watch this channel. It might not be your cup of tea, but we're going to do it for Jana. And then maybe if some other people want, we'll donate to Twin Transfusion. But really, the reason I turned on the camera tonight is because I'm back in therapy. I took a grief nap. I call them grief naps today. Yeah. Like I said, and I woke up from a grief nap, and I've been leaving my phone out in the kitchen. My bedroom is actually on the opposite side of this wall. And I woke up and somebody said, "I'm really close to where you live. Do you want to go biking?" And my first thought was no. I don't want to do anything ever. That's like my life now. I just don't want to make plans. I want to reserve all the rights to cancel all my plans with like a 30-minute notice. But I was like, you know what? It's a beautiful night. Like when I went to take a nap, it was raining. And when I woke up, it was sunny and beautiful. So I went out for 13 miles, and here I sit, and I feel really, 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 really good. So coincidentally, when I turn on this camera, I feel really good. And I wanted to just kind of relay emotionally where I've been, because I'm not talking about it as much. And it's scary shit that goes on up here. The loneliness, I kind of explain it when my mind goes off into a void. Like, how do I put it? I don't think about really anything, but my thoughts are racing, if that makes any sense. One thing I established early on in my sobriety, I'm coming up on 4 months sober here, you know, good job, Eric. I have a really hard time being proud of my accomplishments. I do not give myself enough credit. I am too humble. That's the fake it till you make it way of doing it. And on top of it, I am such a fucking people pleaser. I would rather spend all my energy making every single person around me happy than dealing with Eric's happiness. And it has to stop here and now. I have to stop caring. So my social calendar, white. I'm doing it. Basically, I am done overcommitting to keep others happy, to make it think that I'm okay. Because me functioning and going and doing things and appearing okay is giving a false image. And it's more stress for me to go out and do these things that I'm not like being coerced. These people are awesome who plan things and want to do things with me. It's not anything against them. It's the fact that I'm a yes man. I just say yes to everything. Yup, mm-hmm. And before you know it, Eric's in a 3-day binge of darkness and misery and doesn't want to be alive. I told somebody today that if you told me, right now, Eric, you can trade places with somebody who has 6 months to live with cancer, I would do it in a fucking heartbeat. Don't know why. Don't know why at that time it felt like the normal thing to do. The misery, the pain is excruciating. The ability to try to live this life is excruciatingly difficult. To go through the motions of work is difficult. Like, I have to relearn my job every time I walk through those doors. I have no memory recall. I have no confidence in my ability to do things right. It's just, this journey so far in not even 4 months, June 5th is 4 months, has easily been the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And yeah, is being sober probably making it a lot harder actually? Yes and no. I think if I was drinking, it would compound everything and I'd be probably dead somewhere eventually. But not drinking, and not drinking for the first time in a long time, I'm feeling everything. Whereas, like, when I would get home from work, I would effectively binge drink. I mean, I wouldn't just pull out a bottle and chug, but I would beer after beer after beer until I felt numb. And now I don't do that. I don't have anything. I don't do anything. I do have addictive behavior still, and one of them is people pleasing. So I'll find a way to people please, or I'll find a way to share enough with enough circles of people to make it appear that I'm okay. But then the phone goes off and Eric's miserable again. So I don't really know where I'm going with this video, but I just want you to know that everything is exhausting. Everything is physically fatiguing, mentally draining. Not having PTO right now, like, I'm taking unpaid time. And obviously, bills still have to be paid. I'm having to make decisions based on money that, like, I don't want to. Again, paying $500 to a deductible that doesn't even exist anymore today is so defeating. It's like a kick me while I'm down. I got the bill today. The therapy was in March. Come on, fucking, like, seriously? It takes you that long to bill? So I had thought I had gotten off the hook for like $200, which I was very okay with, but $500? Come on. And I don't even want to know what the bill is for today's visit and all the other visits. It's very defeating to be a middle-class working American who's hurting, who needs help, and has to pay out the ass for it, while there are a lot of people who, I don't know, whatever, I'm not even going to go down that road. But, so a couple things were established today is Eric's a people pleaser and he needs to only please himself for now. And in the program I'm working with, Sobriety, it is talking about relieving like selfish behavior. Sorry, not sorry, I have to be selfish now. Because it's the only way I'm going to recover in this way. Like, grief and alcoholism, you would think have a lot of similarities. And they do, but the recovery paths to me, and they may not be to everyone who watches this video, are very different. They're almost polar opposite. What I get out of maintaining sobriety and helping others helps me remain sober. But for me to go turn on a camera and help somebody on the other side who's watching this video, if I never hear from them, what's it gonna do? You know, like, I do this because I want to share the real. And I've always been, if you've ever watched my beer review channel, I'll link it below. And I've thought about merging the channels because I have so many subscribers on that channel. Like, I don't even know, see, that's grief. That's memory loss right there. I have no idea where I was going with it. And it's so far just poof, gone, Alzheimer's gone. It's not a funny joke, but seriously, I don't remember where I was going with it. Don't know. I guess with that, you've seen enough. I fight back a lot of tears lately. I don't just let it out, kick, scream, swear at the world. I've just been coasting and going through the motions. Oh yeah, establishing, there it is. Establishing those things. So like being selfish, taking care of basic needs. So like one thing I don't do often is like, I also recently pretty much went vegetarian/pescatarian. So I've given up meat, soda, booze, like I've done all these extreme lifestyle changes that they say you're not supposed to do, like when major loss happens. Well, guess what? I try to be fucking Superman and do it all. And you know, I'm very okay with the fact that I had a Diet Coke today for the first time in like 90 days, and it was awful. I've had some meat, again, didn't kill me, but I felt like shit afterwards. So, instead of going grocery shopping and doing all the things in meal prep, I just spent like $100 on like Morningstar. I know they're not the best for you, but like vegetarian, quick heat, quick grill, salad kits, and like I'm taking care of my basic needs in the most basic form, and having food ready. Stop spending money. Like I'm dropping $20 a day on food because I'm not prepared, because I don't wake up early enough. I'm like sleeping like 7 to 10 hours a night. Interrupted, but I don't know, guys. I appreciate really everyone who clicks on these videos. I am going to cross-post this, because on the Grow Through Grief channel, there's only like 30 subs, and the videos only get 100 views. And it's because YouTube has a stupid new partnering process, and I'm really happy that people have subbed and watched these videos. But I am also going to post it to my beer tubing channel, or my video reviewing channel, whatever it's evolved into, who the fuck knows. But I'm going to post it both places because there are a lot of people in a lot of different circles that I think need to see where I am. I'm just so grateful for all the support and the messages that I get from people, or the comments that I get. You do not know how much you help me when you take the time to like just say something nice. It gets me through the next hour, like knowing that people care. And I don't even comment back, and I feel like an asshole, but I am just so blessed to have as many people in my life, in my circle, who care. And that's why I'm still doing this here. That's why I'm still fighting this journey, because to be honest with you guys, I be really honest here, I would give anything to just trade places with Jana, or trade places with somebody who's got a lot more to offer the world. Like, it sounds super sad and depressing, but it's real. And with that, yeah, that's all I got tonight. My brain is shot. I rode the 13 miles, I burned enough calories, I did everything I needed to do today. And now I'm just going to turn off the camera, have some tea, some water, wait for my Instacart delivery like a first world problems depressed white person, and live my life and take care of my dead yellow tulips. Like, fuck flowers, by the way. Why do they have to die? They're so beautiful. Did I set them in too much sun? Anyone with a green thumb, tell me about flowers. But for real, on a much lighter note, I am alive, and I am trying to put in the work on the daily to get better, because if I continue down the path I've been on the last 3 weeks, I will not remain sober. I'm pretty confident in that. I will never get better if I don't put in this work. So, thanks for tuning in, and alright, officially out of here. Peace.